Welcome to today's video. In this journey, we'll follow talented fishermen at sea, discovering the exciting process of catching blue crabs with traps. From choosing the ideal location to effective crab traps, everything will be shared in this video. Let's immerse ourselves in the vibrant life at sea, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next interesting videos. Let's get started. Blue swimmer crab fishing is one of the most fun and rewarding fishing activities you can engage in. What makes blue swimmer crab fishing so appealing? Firstly, it is one of the cheapest ways to catch your own seafood. Crab catching gear is very cheap. Quality crab nets cost as little as $10 each these days, and rakes are around $14 each. They are an excellent value compared to other types of fishing gear. Blue swimmer crabs are also delicious. Another benefit is their versatility on the plate. They are often enjoyed straight out of the pot in salads, tacos, and soups. Furthermore, blue swimmer crabs are not too difficult to catch, as long as you know how to catch them. If you are unsure, we are here to help. After reading this article, you will have the knowledge you need to catch blue swimmer crabs in no time. Blue swimmer crabs are the largest crab species targeted for recreation in South Australia. The total length from claw to claw can exceed 80 centimeters, with any claw to claw length over 70 centimeters being considered large. While claw to claw length is an accepted measurement for bragging purposes, carapace length is the minimum legal size that should be measured. 11 centimeters is measured across the carapace from the base of the largest spine for accuracy. Female blue swimmer crabs are predominantly brown in color, have red head claws, and carry their eggs externally under their belly flaps, distinctly different from males. All blue swimmer crabs with eggs are completely protected and must be released into the water immediately. There are two popular methods for catching sea crabs. You can catch them with nets on land or from a boat, or you can catch them by raking them from the beach. Sea crabs are more common, so we'll start with the equipment needed for this type of crabbing first. Crab nets are the core piece of equipment for this type of crabbing. They are essentially crab traps. Each person is allowed a maximum of 3 nets with 2 rings. Bait clips are used to secure bait to the crab net or to secure a bait bag to the crab net. A measuring device is used to determine if the crab you catch is of legal size. This tool is more reliable than a ruler or tape measure. While not necessary, we recommend purchasing bait bags for each crab net. Bags protect your bait from being eaten too quickly by crabs and other marine life. This will preserve your bait longer, meaning you will need less bait for each set. Spare rope increases the depth, distance, and an area you can cover with your crab nets. Remember that crabs live at the bottom of the sea. Keeping your net at the bottom is crucial to success. Buoys are necessary for crab nets to be left unattended on the water, boat, or kayak. They need to be labeled with your name and address. A measuring device is used to determine if the crab you catch is of legal size. This tool is more reliable than a ruler or tape measure. Crab carts have the advantage of being designed to roll on land like a wheelbarrow, but also float on water. They are tied to you with a rope, so they will follow you and not drift with the wind or tide. They can be expensive to buy and take longer to make than a standard 20-liter bucket. A bucket may suffice if the budget is tight, although investing in a crab cart is more beneficial in the long run. Blue lung crabs are more widespread than the general population. They are commonly caught off the Adelaide coast in most towns on the Yorke Peninsula. Some blue crabs are caught in Port Augusta, Whyalla, Port Lincoln, and even Kingscote on Kangaroo Island. The majority of blue crab fishing spots are in the St. Vincent Gulf and the eastern Spencer Gulf. With that said, we'll focus on this general area. There are plenty of places within a few hours' drive of Adelaide where you can catch blue crabs as marked on the map. Blue crab catching methods. There are 4 main methods used to target blue crabs. Whichever method you use depends on personal preference and what equipment you have available. Let's look at each method in more detail. Wading. This method is the easiest and cheapest way to catch crabs. All you need is a long wool ring, an old pair of water shoes or swim trunks. Once you have located a shallow area with crabs, head out into the water until it is about 3 feet deep and begin a slow song with the shore. When you get close to a crab, slowly dip into the water, either behind it or on the opposite side of your path, and launch it. This method works best at night when you will want to add a headlamp to your set. Adding a buddy will allow one person to catch towards the other and increase your chances of success. Handline fishing. As the name suggests, this method involves using handline. You will also need a tube, a lens, and a long handle. Hook a boat piece to your line, either simple chain or heavy fishing line. Throw it into the water and wait for the fish to come. When you feel the line stretch, you know you have a crab. Slowly pull the line by hand until it is within reach of the net. Place the net under the crab and cast it up or continue pulling until the crab reaches the surface, at which point it will usually fall into the net on its own. Another option is to run multiple lines tied to the shore, in the water or along the shore, or secured to a pier, your cooler, or any stable object traps. Many crab fishermen trap, allowing you to tend to your rod or spend time with your family while you wait for them to come. Whether you are using a collapsible gun turret, pyramid, or a circle, the principle is the same. Shoot a piece into the sieve, bottom, lower into the water, and wait. After 15 to 20 minutes, pull the trigger to the surface and check for crabs. Get any items you have caught, check your target, and move on. Adding a weight to your bottom loop will help it sink faster and not drift. This method of fishing requires a long line, a boat, a few heavy sinkers, and a cork. Tie a weight to the end of the line. Chain works well. Strike each other 4 to 6 feet apart with an additional weight every 25 feet to avoid floating lines and add more sinkers to the opposing ends. Deploy the line in a likely location, saddle up and come back later to pull the line and check your catch. Tips for catching blue crabs, regardless of which method you choose. Your goal is to get as many crabs into the protective bucket as quickly as possible. Here are some tips to help you do that. Bait. The two most common game types are fish and chicken. Fish tend to attract more crabs, especially if the fish is oily, but chickens last longer. Almost any species or part of chicken can be used, but chicken necks are preferred as they are cheap and easy to fix. Some people like clams, and they are particularly good for trot lines. Place the fish in a small net bag. 4 or 5 are enough. Give them a few hard taps on something solid too.